Rising motorcycling culture has made the premium segment quite interesting. We are witnessing some very compelling new bikes come to life, and it becomes even more exciting where a manufacturer does something very different from its usual products. A bit like that happened recently when we reached Thailand to ride a new Royal Enfield motorcycle named Hunter 350. We were told that it's quite a different product to other Royal Enfield motorcycles, and we can confirm that it looks somewhat different as well. You might find that round headlamp and the instrument cluster rather familiar, but the overall shape and neo-retro styling makes it stand apart in a crowd. The most noticeable changes when compared to the signature Royal Enfield designs are its short, stubby exhaust and smaller 17-inch alloy wheels. It looks similar in approach and execution to the Triumph Bonneville Street Twin, just with a single-cylinder engine. While you get a host of accessory options to give the Hunter a personalized look, we like its simple design approach, and that also makes it appear inviting for new riders. Adding to the myriad differentiating factors is the accessibility of the Hunter compared to any other Royal Enfield currently in production. At 177 kilograms, the Hunter weighs about 15 kilograms less than a standard classic 350, and that has been achieved by replacing some metal components like the side panels and the fenders with plastic ones. What will make it even more accessible to people is its 790mm seat height, which is adequate even for shorter riders. The contoured seat is plush and comfortable, and you sit quite upright on the motorcycle. Strangely though, and opposing the seating geometry that's definitely aimed at the relaxed side of things, dynamically the Hunter is rather sporty. Of course, that is when comparing against other Royal Enfields. The Hunter 350 gets a double cradle frame which increases the rigidity to a significant level. The suspension is on the firmer side, especially at the front, which helps in smoother cornering, and the 17-inch wheels too aid handling. But all the goodness of agility comes at a cost. You make a compromise on the ride quality. Perhaps Royal Enfield forgot that the Hunter 350 is not a sport bike and that it will be used mostly for daily office rides or weekend getaways. With the current setup, it transmits most of the road undulation directly to the rider. And we are saying that after riding the motorcycle on comparatively smoother roads of Bangkok. The truest test of the suspension will be when we subject the motorcycle to pimpled Indian roads. The low-speed damping is still fine, and the rear can also be adjusted for preload. But still, the high-speed compression and rebound need to be worked on. In layman's way, a bit softer suspension setup would have been appreciated for this one. After all, it's a Royal Enfield and people would like to take it on long journeys. That's why more flexibility from the suspension would work wonders. Now, coming to the highlight of the Royal Enfield Hunter 350, the new J-Series 350cc engine, which we also experienced in the Meteor and the new Classic 350. The single-cylinder air-cooled unit gains an oil cooler and delivers a little over 20 horsepower and 27 Nm of torque. Now, these numbers might not be extraordinary, but the peak torque comes quite early and this engine offers a strong pull in the low and mid-range. And that makes the Hunter effortless in the initial pickup and very decent in the average speed overtakes. The engine is married to a 5-speed gearbox and it perfectly suits the nature of the new engine. Gearing is tall and shifts are slick. While the short exhaust has a sporty appearance, it maintains that signature thump of Royal Enfield. And it's a kind of sound that people prefer in retro-style motorcycles. The engine starts feeling a little buzzy as you throttle it to around 80 km per hour, but it is a big concern only when you cross 3 digits on the speedo. The basic Royal Enfield Hunter 350 comes with a single-channel ABS assisting the front end, but we rode the premium trim with a dual-channel ABS setup. It offers decent stopping power as well as progression. It is noticeably better than other 350 and 500cc Royal Enfields. The instrument cluster has been borrowed from the Meteor 350, which features an old-school analog speedometer. But below that, you get an MID screen that offers information with a click of a button on the handlebar. There is a small TFT screen as well on the right-hand side for an app-based turn-by-turn navigation system, but that comes as an optional extra. The Hunter 350 is actually a very different Royal Enfield experience. It's lighter, much more agile than anything else from the brand, and has an inviting, simple design. We quite liked this motorcycle, but what left us stunned was the price. At 150,000 Indian rupees, it is a very appealing and accessible price tag. It undercuts most of its competition such as the Honda CB350 and the Java 42 by a very high margin. Not just that, it may also eat into the sales of some lower capacity bikes like the TVS Apache RTR 204V and the Bajaj Pulsar N250. The only deal breaker could be the foam suspension of the motorcycle. Otherwise, the Hunter 350 is a well-rounded package with very attractive pricing for those who want to enter the premium motorcycle segment in retro style.